Wait a second, don't think I don't see you there. Hello. There are two Pokémon whispering by Wishcash Pond. They're so shady. They were talking at the edge of the pond as if to hide. I'm so curious. Speaking of shady, you're the one who was just hiding behind that tree. Oh, well, looks like we got an exclamation point here for Alakazam, but this must be the two shady people. Pokémon. We've found it at last. Yeah, find it we did. My wish, it will finally come true. Hey now, don't forget about my wish. Listen, Ekans, we must keep this a secret between the two of us. We can't tell any Pokemon, not even Gengar. I knew that. Let's decide on how we're going to do this. First... I don't know anything. Me too. I don't know a thing. I don't know anything about making wishes come true. I know nothing. What was that all about? I wonder what Medicham and Ekans are scheming about. They were saying something about wishes coming true? It is intriguing. Hello. I heard from Mr. Mime and went to Wishcash's pond. Those two are still whispering. When I go near them, they shoo me away. Really, what are they talking about? They're still there. Alright, spill it. You ready, Ekans? I think two of us going to the dungeon is the best idea. If either one of us falls before the end... Oh, I get it. The other one can still go and make wishes. That's smart, Medicham. But of course, I can't wait until our wishes come true. My wish is for a broader lower jaw. I want bigger jaws so I can swallow bigger things whole. My wish is for a place where I can meditate in peace. I think she might be hinting. With no one to bother me. It would be magnificent if I could meditate for a year without food. I think she's just trying to get rid of Ekans. Yeah! I don't know anything. Me too. I don't know a thing. I don't know anything about a dungeon that makes wishes come true. I know nothing. Guess we'll keep coming back day after day until they spill all the beans. Back again, huh? You know, it's really kind of weird that you're just hanging out in my front garden like this. There was only one suspicious character when I swung by the pond earlier. He seemed agitated and was talking to himself. Guess that's Ekans then. There you are. I got KO'd in that dungeon, but what about Medicham? Hope she's okay. I hope she gets to the end and gets my wish to come true. Yeah. What are you staring at, you? I'm having a hard time trying to make up my mind. Get lost. Huh? Wait a second. Maybe I shouldn't be wishing for a bigger lower jaw. I wonder if it'd be better if I could coil myself tighter. That's really all you've got to say. Welcome back to Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. In the last part, we ascended to the peak of Mount Faraway, we battled Ho-Oh, we successfully defeated Ho-Oh, and we learnt about the strongest Pokemon hiding away in the Western Cave. As you'll have already seen though, today we'll be doing something a little different. But before we get started with that, there are a couple of things I'd like to do around town, mostly just talking to people, because it's been a while since we've done that. And now that we've defeated Ho-Oh, we can talk to Spinder. What? You've seen the Mirage Pokemon? What sort of a Pokemon was it? I see. Ah, understood. So it's named Ho-Oh. I see indeed. Truly, truly I envy you. Whoa. You've made me open my eyes. Well, they still look googly, but still. The lesson is, we mustn't ever give up. Because if you give up, that's when it ends. Thank you. You have inspired me to resume my travels. I will again travel the world to find rare Pokémon, perhaps even before you. Farewell. That's some good advice. Don't ever give up. Right then, let's talk to this squad. Can't believe Charizard came back looking like this. I understand that this Pokemon holds scary amounts of power, but I feel like there was something more to its power. What kind of Pokemon is the most powerful Pokemon in the Western Cave? That was really rough. In front of him, all I can do is be frightened. I never want to go back to such a place, ever. Thanks for treating me. I'm slowly feeling better. But that Pokemon's power, there was nothing fake about it. I felt it for the first time. This thing called fear. Right then, so, if we come over here, Ekans is now here. Oh no, Medicham went down. What should I do? If I went, I'd only last a little while. Oh no. And if we check out the bulletin board, we got a special request. This one from Medicham. This is Medicham. Rescue me, please. The reward is a secret. We get something nice. The 20th floor of the Wish Cave and a difficulty ranking of 1 star. And of course, I don't have any space. Precious read the SOS mail apparently sent by Medicham. My name is Medicham. We had no trouble entering this dungeon, but it's horrible here. It's much too difficult. Ekans, he was defeated right away. It makes me want to scream. Somebody, please help me. The place is Wish Cave. The reward is a secret. But it's really very nice, you can be sure of that. The place in which Medicham is thought to have gone missing, Wish Cave, is now open for exploration. Wish Cave, eh? I wonder if that has anything to do with Jirachi. Well, let's go. Let's get started. Western Cave is also now open for exploration, and I bought a couple of friend areas which unlocked Wyvern Hill and Far Off Sea. But here we go, Wish Cave. 99 floors, but we only need to do 20 of them. So that's what we're going to be doing. I really want to dedicate some time to checking out these other dungeons that we've unlocked recently. But as for now, let's head out to Wish Cave. Attention, there are special rules to follow when you enter this dungeon. Pokemon's levels will be set to 5. Once you exit, they'll be back to normal. Okay. Looks like we're going to have a bit of a challenge on our hands. Well, I'm going to bring Precious, Ashley, and Titania for this. Let's have a look at our items. I think I have everything that I need. This seems fine. I think we're ready to go. So let's give this a shot. Wish Cave. Well, here we go. Got our Tiny Woods music going. There's a Magnemite here. Oh, it sets our moves back as well. I knew that it said it would change our levels, but I didn't think it would affect our moves. Oh, man. Titania's gonna be useless. I pretty much brought Titania because, well, actually, that's a really good moveset. My goodness. But they don't have Wish, and I just taught them Heal Bell as well in preparation for doing this dungeon. You alright? Okay, you're alright. Ah, man, I thought it would just be reducing our level, but I guess it affects our moves as well. That's a little unfortunate. But hey, I'm up for a challenge. My logic behind bringing Titania was the amount of utility that they provide is just so good. But that seems to have gone down a little bit, and now they're more of an offensive threat with some of the moves that they have, and actually, let me make sure that everything is turned on here. Yeah, this all seems fine, actually. Oh, there's a Mime Junior. Hey, stop that. Fortunately, we keep our rare qualities, so we still have Riled Up, Steamroll, and Small Stomach, which should be quite useful. And we still have all of our items. Ugh. This would be a really good time for the Heal Bell, but we don't have it. Whoops, I forgot that Ember is only 2 tiles. Ah, who's leveling up? Precious, the first one. And we should get some moves as we level up, so shouldn't be too bad, I suppose. I just find this really interesting that because we've been reset back to level 5, we now have the moves that I think we probably would have had in the original game at level 5, as opposed to the really good moves that we got at the beginning of this game. You start the game with some really strong moves in this game, but in the originals I don't think that was the case. Oh, we're gonna get to see Sky Attack at work. Took out both of them. Good stuff, Titania. Okay, I guess you're the carry now. Let's actually put Growl to use here. Since we don't have any ranged options right now. Ashley levels up to level 6. But it's gonna take some getting used to go back to Ember. Also, something I want to check. Yeah, it looks like our move strength has been reset as well. We had Ember on Ashley for a little while, so it built up a couple of ranks. But it looks like those have been reset as well, just for this dungeon. An interesting set of challenges. I'm not sure I would do 99 floors of this, but... okay, goodbye. But I think this format is pretty cool, just checking it out for this one mission of 20 floors. Why did I do this? We don't have Heat Wave. What am I thinking? Run away! I'm gonna need these guys to file in one by one, I think. Hey, nice. That'll be Titania leveling up, I guess. No, it's Precious. I suppose Titania is fully evolved, so maybe their experience curve is a little bit slower. But they do level up to level 6, so that's pretty good. And we learnt Leech Seed as well on Precious, so we are going to get a couple more moves as time goes on. Magnemite wants to join the team. I think we could use all the help we can get right now, so I'm going to have you tag along. And you have Funnel Fun. It's nice to have a rare quality. Okay, good stuff. Let's push you into the room and let's start getting rid of these guys in earnest. Wow, only 4 damage. Supersonic is a little annoying though. Lots of confusion going on here. I really wish we had Heal Bell, but I guess we're just not allowed. Ow! Jeez, ow! Alright, I need to back away here. With Precious confused and Ashley paralyzed, we need to get Titania in here somewhere. Oh no, Magnemite is also confused. Hang in there, buddy. Ooh, look at that damage, though, with all the riled up boosts. And Magnemite's inherent resilience is pretty cool. Well, you took a lot of hits for us. I'm not going to use a Reviver Seed, just simply because I want to save my resources, and there'll be other little Pokemon that we can recruit as time goes on. And let's Aura Sphere. Oh no, we can't. I mean, we crit, so it's okay, but I keep forgetting that Jigglypuff is a fairy type now as well. Discussed this in the last part briefly. I just am not used to the changes that Fairy type brought to the game. Well, that Magnemite was short-lived, but at least it took a few hits for us. Status problems seem to be a real problem here, but hey, Precious leveling up, and Ashley leveling up as well. And we'll keep on firing Aura Spheres. Yeah, Titania is going to be really, really valuable here for having ranged moves and for just generally having really strong offensive moves compared to Ashley and Precious. If I'd known that this would have been the restrictions, I probably would have brought different Pokemon. Because it seems like Titania, maybe Biollante would have been good because they both evolve via Stone Evolution and they get good egg moves. I think that's the explanation for it. But let's switch back over to Precious. have her lead the way. Getting some really good items to make up for the difficulties that this dungeon is providing us. Nice to cute out as well. Man, I'm really happy I brought Titania, if not for the reason that I originally intended. But yeah, it sure would have been nice to have Heal Bell. I'm sure there are Pokemon that are really, really good to take to these dungeons that get really, really strong moves early. I'm sure there's some kind of meta for these dungeons. Wow. Precious, you need a Wonder Tile. Let's just have Ashley handle this. Riled Up is nice. Steamroll is, of course, as fantastic as it always has been. Sky Attack is really cool. Of course, it's the last room on the floor. Can we avoid that Jigglypuff? We don't have to fight it, do we? Well, Titania can handle it. Oh, maybe Titania can't handle it. Well, maybe Titania can handle it. I'll leave it to you. Yeah, cool. And another level up. This is gonna happen a lot, I think. Level 7 for Titania. Ooh, 45 damage. Brilliant. Completely did not see that Jigglypuff. But it's okay, the other two have got this. Okay. So when it comes to these dungeons with restrictions and such, and the super endgame challenging dungeons, I've mentioned before that I probably wouldn't do them all. But when it comes to just doing regular missions, similar to this, oh nice, Vine Whip, in those dungeons, just to show them off, that's something I could be persuaded to do. Like this, we only have to do 20 floors of this 99 floor dungeon. Man, continuing on leveling up, that's 8 for Ashley. Yeah, I could commit the time to doing 20 floors of these dungeons just to check out what challenges they provide. But I wouldn't promise that I would complete them. We might as well fight these things. They're not gonna give us the choice, I don't think. Man. Sky Attack is really good. How much PP does it have, though, is the question. 12 PP is not bad, actually. An apple, might as well eat that. We have small stomachs, so it's as good as anything else. Hey, an Ekans. Appropriate. I suppose Growl is as good of a leading move as anything, since Precious does not have any ranged options. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Just because I really like having ranged moves, we're gonna swap over the X-ray specs to Ashley and have her lead the way. Just because I like to be able to see where I'm going, and I also like to have ranged options. Ashley has Ember, which is better than nothing. And nothing is the case for Precious. Rain, Oh, that's gonna make it a bit of a difficult situation here for Ashley. But Titania should be fine. Oh right, Vine Whip is ranged. I forgot that, it's been so long since we used that. Well, I suppose that's not the end of the world then. But hey, I'm rolling with it. We're gonna keep on leading with Ashley. And gonna leave those silver spikes. I don't really need thrown items. Just wanna save inventory space wherever I can for things that I know I am gonna use. Oops, I really need to not walk into these things. Conceptually, I really like these kinds of dungeons that add restrictions to how you play the game. Particularly in this game, because you start off the game really strong with the moves that you have, but when you come to this dungeon, you're back to Tackle and Growl. There was no one there. But as I mentioned in the last part, I just don't enjoy doing really long dungeons. I respect my time more than that. So yeah. I think I found a good balance here, and we'll roll with that for a while. Hey, a Togepi. No mercy from Titania. Not even for their own kin. Oh. And of course, because we're back to completely reset moves in terms of their ranks, we're back to base accuracy, which means we're missing a lot more. Which is a little annoying, but we'll have to deal with it. And our moves will rank up as we go through the dungeon as well. Level 9 for Ashley. Cool. Really should restore Ember's PP straight away. Let's not sleep on that. Let's keep moving on. Ah, nice. That's what I'm looking for. So Wish Cave, right? I'm struggling to remember if this is the same name of the dungeon from Explorers of Sky. If it is, then perhaps it is the same dungeon. I feel like it looks a little different to how I remember it. But there really is only one Pokemon you associate with wishes, and that's Jirachi. So that actually makes me kind of want to go through all of this dungeon. Jirachi is, I think it's probably safe to say, my favorite. Well, I was gonna say legendary Pokemon, it's actually a mythical Pokemon, but back in the day, there wasn't a difference. All Pokemon were legendary. But then they actually made a differentiation between legendary and mythical. So technically Jirachi is now a mythical Pokemon. But regardless, it's my favorite legendary or mythical Pokemon, I think. So I think it would be really cool to get to fight it, but again, I'm not going to make any promises. I did manage to get through all of Buried Relic, all 99 floors. But that was for myself. I wasn't making a video on that. Perhaps I'll do the same for these other dungeons, where I just go through them and I record them, but I don't make videos of them. And then perhaps at the end of the series, I can do a bonus video, where I just go through all the clips of me clearing the dungeons I managed to clear. Togepi wants to join the team. Yeah, go on then, why not? We could use all of the Pokemon we can get. Calcium. Let's give that to Ashley, since your main attacking move right now is Ember. You're going to need the stats. I'm guessing the stat boosts that we've had over the course of the game have been reset as well. And I'm not sure whether the stat boosts we gain from any vitamins we find here will carry over once we leave the dungeon. I would expect not, probably. But hey, it's nice to find them and get that extra little bit of power. Like I said, we could use every little bit of help we can get. Okay, a lot of things going on. We got a new look, we got a new song, and it's sunny as well, which I like a lot because Ashley's gonna get buffed up because of that. Togepi, what moves do you have? Can we have a look? Status. Growl, Charm, Metronome, and Sweet Kiss. The only move you have on is Metronome. Oh boy, that's going to be a thing. Well, I am ready for some random numbers to be rolled. Reset Orb, we don't need that. That actually could be kind of useful. You know what, actually, I'm gonna go back and pick that up. Nice crit. Sky Attack is just so good. So let's swap out the scope lens. We don't really have any need for that. Good stuff, Titania. We got a max ether. Let's restore Sky Attack since it's really low. Yep, I'm already regretting bringing this Togepi along, knowing that it only knows Metronome, or will only use Metronome. Its other moves are good, I wish it would use those as well. Aron. Again, we'll take all the help we can get. And you have Wary Walk, which is going to be helpful in dealing with traps. Let's see, is there anything worth restoring, or should I just pick this up? Now let's restore Aura Sphere, why not? And let's head up this way. I really like how this dungeon looks. The patterns on the floor, the tiles, look really cool. Oh, another Aron, bites the dust, and now it's raining. So this is kind of the second dungeon in a row that's had very variable weather. I don't mind rain and sun. It's the hail and sandstorms that bother me more than anything else. Especially now because we don't have Wish on Titania. We don't have that just infinite battery of healing. We got Sand Attack, that's not really very useful. We'll avoid this room for now, but if we need to head back over this way... Titania, oh, there's a sandstorm. Titania could actually cross this if we needed to get over there, but we don't, so it's fine. Aron, you're a rock type, aren't you? So you're gonna get buffed up by the sandstorm. Yep, 9 damage, great. Fortunately, Aura Sphere is super effective against you, so we'll be all right. Sparkling Tile here. This was the room that we were in, and yet I missed it. Let's give this Life Seed to Titania, who has the lowest health of us all. They're also the lowest level, but I think that's because of their experience curve, so I think giving them the Life Seed is probably the best option here. And I actually kind of like just talking through my strategy as I'm playing through this dungeon, which I don't often do. I usually cut out a lot of the just general dungeon stuff because we've seen so much of it already, but I think I'm going to keep it all in this time, since this dungeon is about the gameplay challenge. And I think it might be interesting to watch how I go through it. Let's restore Ember. I'm just trying to be as vigilant as possible and make sure I don't make any silly mistakes, because I've done that far too much. I just get a little careless at times, a little reckless, and that's what I'm trying to minimize as I go through this dungeon, because that's what's going to cause us the biggest problems, is if I make a silly mistake. Because if I just play as well as I can and don't make silly mistakes, then the only real problem we'll have is when something completely random happens that I wasn't prepared for, which, no matter how well or badly I'm playing, is going to play out the same way anyway. Okay, what's this? A Meditite. Really interesting, varied bunch of Pokemon in this dungeon. Mostly, by the looks of it, Psychic types and Fighting types at the moment. But we had the baby Pokemon on the first few floors, and that's changed now since we've gotten down to the 10th floor and the theme changed, which I like. Again, reminds me of Mount Faraway, which I really liked because of the big diversity of Pokemon and themes. So I hope that keeps up. I'd be interested to see if the theme changes every 10 floors, like it did between the first 10 and the second 10. That would be kind of crazy, actually. All right, this is going quite smoothly so far. I shouldn't have said that, but it's going quite smoothly so far. We'll bring this Meditite along as well. They have Squeeze Out, which should help us in the PP department if we desperately need it and run out of max ethers, but we've been finding a fair few around recently, so we're actually quite topped up right now. Level 9 for Titania. I feel like you're not going to learn any moves from leveling up, because you're a Pokemon that evolves via an evolutionary stone in the main game, and they don't. Jeez, that did a lot of damage. Let's attack this one, because I think Titania should be able to take the bottom one out there. Yep. I feel like that Peck did more damage to me than it did to Meditite, and Meditite is weak to flying type moves. That's another interesting thing, actually, is stats, right? All of our stats have been reset back to a base level. All of the vitamins and such that we've put in to our starter Pokemon have no effect in this dungeon, and that means that Ashley is very much a glass cannon, as is Torchic in its essence. That's the kind of Pokemon that it is. But because we've been able to buff it up, we kind of circumvented Ashley's innate frailty. Yeah, bringing Titania was actually the smartest move I could have made, I think. But because they evolved by Stone Evolution, it looks like they're not going to learn any moves by leveling up. They haven't yet. That's fine. That's a strategy to have. Just have a Pokemon that is inherently very strong to begin with, but doesn't scale, to make up for the Pokemon that aren't as strong to begin with, but do scale. It's a pretty cool balance. And it's interesting to see what Titania can do with a more offensively focused build. Since we pretty much built Titania to be a support, as I said, I changed out Heat Wave for Heal Bell, in anticipation of this dungeon, not knowing that our moves would be reset. And they have Wish as well, and then just Air Slash and Dazzling Gleam as offensive options. They're not really all about doing all the damage, but it's interesting to see what they can do with a more offensive build. I think Togekiss is a pretty good Pokemon offensively. Serene Grace is great, and it has a lot of type coverage as well. So we've managed to learn a little bit about Titania in this part, which is cool. Oh, a trap. But it's gone. Cool. That. We weren't so lucky that time. Whoops, why did I walk into you? I like leading with Ashley just because she feels like more of a leader than Precious. Setting up this rescue team was her idea, and for all intents and purposes, I feel like she really is the leader of the team. Precious is kind of a neutral presence. I've talked about this a couple of times, where she doesn't really do much without being asked to. Jeez, Ashley, you are taking so much damage from all this. Precious, level 13. Trying to learn Poison Powder. I doubt we're actually going to be fighting any bosses here since we're only doing a rescue, so I don't think that's very useful, but Sleep Powder certainly is. So I think we'll get rid of Leech Seed, again, which would be more useful against bosses, but not against regular enemies. So Sleep Powder will be a little bit more useful, I think. Can we turn that on? Yeah, let's turn that on. And actually, now that we have that, I think we'll switch back over to having Precious as the leader, just so we have that extra crowd control, and I can use it how I want it to be used, and not just randomly by the AI. A Cast Form. I believe I recruited a Cast Form in Mount Faraway on my first attempt, so that's pretty cool. I do like Cast Form as a concept. It's a pretty cool Pokemon. I just wish it was a little better, but I feel like I say that about a lot of Pokemon. Oh, we're on the 19th floor, actually. I didn't even notice. We've gone through this quite quickly. I don't think Togepi has actually done anything yet. I was worried about Metronome, but I don't think I've seen them use it once. Here we go. Toxic. Well, you activated its guts. That could have been worse, though. At least it wasn't entirely detrimental to us. We didn't get Explosion from Metronome, which is nice. Level up. Swinub wants to join the team. We don't actually have a Swinub. Nice, we're gonna get a new recruit out of this dungeon. You have Bargain, which is not gonna be very useful unless we run into a Kecleon shop on the next floor, since that will be the last floor for us today. But hey, I'm happy to pick up a new recruit. And let's just be as diligent as possible, I suppose, and take this second Max Ether as well. Right then, 20th floor. Oh my, I can't seem to find a way out. What am I to do? Oh, you? Yeah, it's me. Perhaps you have come to rescue me? Yes, I am so lucky. You're welcome. See, that is pure benevolence right there. These guys are the meanies, remember? Ekans and Medicham, they're part of Gengar's team. They were never very nice to us, but we rescued Medicham anyway. And we recruited Togepi. And we also recruited Swinub. Medicham, you're safe, yes! I'm so sorry, Ekans. That dungeon, it was too much for me. Thank you for saving me. I appreciate it. Ow. My body, it hurts all over even now. But that dungeon, what is it about it? They say it makes a wish come true, so I went. But it was very hard in there, most terribly so. I never want to go again, such a terrible place. At first, I made an SOS call because I did not want to lose this, but I will give it to you. Here, your reward for my rescue. Precious got the Wishing Stone from Medicham. They say if you take that stone to Wish Cave, to its very depths, wonder of wonders, a wish, it comes true. You see, a rich reward, won't you agree? For me, it was impossible, but you must try. Well, that was a successful day out. I really enjoyed checking out Wish Cave and the restrictions it implemented on us, and we still have tons of post-game story arcs left to do, so in the next part, we're going to check out another one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.